younger me had one big problem. I said exactly what was on my mind. I didn't realize those words would teach me a lesson I'll carry into adulthood. Guys, hi fam. Welcome back to Life with Jonela. And today's childhood story is the power of your words. Let's dive in. So growing up, I often found myself in tricky situations, mostly because of the things I said without thinking. A lot of it happened in school. Well, a lot of the stories I will share with you happened in school. Looking back now, I realize I was a very expressive child. If I felt something, I said it. No filter, no pause, just honesty. Sometimes a little too raw. One memory that stands out clearly is after helping mix cake batter for a long time in class, I started to feel like I didn't get my fair share of the cake. So the teacher taught us how to bake cake, and I was beaten because mommy already teach me that. Now, in my child mind, that didn't sit right with me. So on my way home from school that day, I began expressing my frustration out loud on the road, very loudly, very openly, very, let's say, unfiltered. Unfortunately, other children heard me. And as children do, they went straight back and reported everything. The next day, when I got to school, I got a serious scolding. Now, you would think that that would be enough for me to learn a lesson. But somehow, I repeated similar situations again. Let's go. London Bridge is falling down, falling down, falling down. London Bridge is falling down, my dear lady. Join me on Life with Jonela for more fun. Now, another time during school chores, we were asked to clean the washroom. And I remember thinking to myself, why is always us? Why they can't do it themselves? I mean, them is big people with little children. And I said it out loud. But as usual, someone overheard me while walking by. And once again, it reached the teacher. And boy, once again, I got a scolding. Now, back then, I didn't fully understand what I was learning. But now, today, I see it clearly. Now, those moments were teaching me something very, very, very important. You know, not everything you feel needs to be spoken immediately. Sometimes when you're too emotional, you say things you're not supposed to say. And not every thought is meant for every environment. Words, I learned, they carry weight, even when we think they don't. And sometimes it's not what you say. It's when, it's where, it's how you say it. Those experiences slowly shaped me. They taught me that emotional awareness, they taught me restraint, and they taught me that silence sometimes is wisdom in disguise. So, the lesson I wanted you to take away from this story is that your words have power. And emotional expression is important, but timing, place, and awareness matter just as much. So, for you, the audience, the onlookers, I leave you with this question. Have you ever said something in the moment and later realized it taught you a bigger life lesson than you expected? Even now as an adult, sometimes I still make that mistake. So it doesn't have to be a childhood story. Now, drop your story in the comments. I'd love to hear how you learned to manage your words growing up or even now as an adult.